Now in London, it's the Indian Film Festival, which is known as the largest event of South Asian movies. Among the films screening is Parched. It's set in a village in northern India, following the lives of 4 women. Now it's far from your typical Bollywood film, featuring strong scenes about violence and discrimination some women in India face today. In a moment, we'll speak to Leena Yadav, the director and writer, and Ajay Devgn, who's an actor, but he produced the film. But first, let's have a look at Parched.
ये इतना रो क्यों रही है?
ये क्या है? मुझे अपने बाल काट लीजिए। ये लगन रुक जाए।
अब जाओ, लौटा इन्हें उन्हें सामान और वापस लिया मेरा पैसा।
चोरी ज़्यादा पढ़ लिख लेगी तो लगन कौन करेगा? मर्द खुद ले नहीं तो।
और ये तो सच है ना, तू रांड थी, रांड है और रांड ही रहेगी।
Well, with me, Ajay Devgn, producer, and Leena Yadav, director and writer. Thank you very much to both of you for coming in. Welcome to you. Ajay, I mean, you are a huge Bollywood star as an actor, but this is your first international production. I mean, how different was it?
Different in the sense, the whole system works differently in the sense you need to promote this film in a different way. I mean, when we do our commercial films, it's very easy to promote, and here we are going through festivals. But luckily, the film has won a lot of awards, gone through a lot of festivals, opening today in London.
Here in London.
And so it's fabulous. It's the film actually which sells.
Leena, you wrote this film as well as directed it. I mean, what was your whole message behind it? It deals with some very tough issues. This is a long way from glamour and glitz, but it also deals with some heartwarming issues alongside those really difficult things.
Actually, I wanted to make sex in the village, but then I couldn't make that without talking about a lot of serious issues came in, like misogyny, violence. So my message is for humanity and to encourage a dialogue between both sexes. We're all doing some things wrong because of our conditioning, and we need to sort that out. Just not in India, but I think universally.
It's all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world.
Let's have another clip of your film.
Yeah.
तू भी तो मना नहीं कर सकती थी, हाँ? एक आया नहीं कि दूसरा लग गया लाइन में। अरे ये तो छोरियां पैदा करने की मशीन बन गई थी।
अरे बड़ी माँ अब भी वैसे का वैसे ही से। इन मर्दों का बस चले तो रानी घर घर में ये फैक्ट्री खोल दे। अच्छा भगवान सबकी नहीं सुनता। दुनिया में मेरे जैसी बांझ नहीं होती तो फैक्ट्री क्या? बच्चों का अलग प्रदेशी बन गया होता।
So there's a lot of frank talk, tough speaking in this film.
Yes.
It doesn't shy away from difficult things.
No, it doesn't, and this is how she planned the film. But it's not a very heavy film. I mean, she's kept it light, targeting issues, but the basic idea is that you should be able to watch the film, and it should not just be a documentary.
And the lives of these 4 women and what they choose to do. I mean, how much are the viewers drawn into that? How closely, how emotionally involved does the viewer get?
I think very, very emotionally involved, because that's the reaction I've got worldwide. I don't think anybody sitting in the audience won't relate to either an aspect of it or a character or a circumstance. It's something, and you know, the kind of reactions I've got, nobody even reacts to it like a film. It's very personal and it's very, very emotional.
And that basically 4 of them dealing with all very difficult
Yes.
and different issues in their lives in the village,
Yeah.
deciding eventually to leave.
Yes.
And I mean, how much do you balance showing hope, showing them overcoming a situation without creating a fairy tale?
Okay, let me tell you just a very brief thing. So I met this woman during my travels when I was doing research, and we were sitting in a room full of women laughing about life and men and stuff, and she had bruises on her face. At some point I went and asked her, I said, "Does your husband beat you?" She said, "I deal with that every day. We're having so much fun. Let's not talk about it right now." You know, so I said I want to celebrate that spirit, and that is the spirit that keeps us going, and that is the spirit that one day will bring about change.
What was the experience like, Ajay, producing this film, such a different kind of film, perhaps to the many that you've acted in?
It's completely different. I mean, I've never done a cinema like this, because we've been doing all commercial films, though I've done a lot of films which are issue-based films also, and they've won a lot of awards. But this is something completely different because the way she set the film and the way they've shot it. I mean, she brought in everybody, an international crew, and when I saw the film, I didn't go on the sets. I wasn't a part of the production at all. And when I saw the film, I was so moved, and I was so happy, and I was so proud that that we made a film like this.
And with a film like this, what do you intend to do? Is it to change opinions, change attitudes, or simply to get people talking?
I think with films, we cannot claim that we can change society. If we could, we would be living in utopia. So yes, starting a dialogue is the big hope, and I think dialogue is the beginning of change.
And I mean, you had such an incredible experience making this film, but this is about rural India.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that these issues don't apply to people in other places.
That's the beauty, that you start watching this film and you think, oh, it's exotic India. And by the end of the film, the audience experience worldwide has been...
worldwide they connect.
Yeah, it's
wherever this is
oh,
set.
this is
These
happening in my
issues are-
backyard.
Yeah, whether
So,
it's Mumbai or a tiny village in Gujarat too.
Or New York,
It could be,
be
yeah,
anywhere.
or New York, or London.
Yeah.
We've just learned to hide these things better with progress. And that's the sad part. It's actually very depressing to know that it is so universal.
Well, thank you very much for coming in. You've come to London at an extraordinary time. We had a change of Prime Minister. I mean, this must have been quite an experience in itself, just being here in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I came in yesterday and I read about it, and I just came to yesterday. So I think it's good. I think
Thank
There's
you.
change happening all over.
yes.
Thank you very much to both of you. All the best with your film. That is showing at the Indian Film Festival here in London tonight. And if you want to catch up with that, there is more on the BBC website as well. Stay with us here on BBC World News.